It's our son Andrew. He's about to be 18, and that's a good thing because we can go back to Franklin County. For the past about a year and a half, Andrew's been in Ironton at a place called NECO, who are wonderful people and help children with special issues who can no longer stay in their homes.
He was diagnosed very early with autism. Early on in life, he hit all of the developmental milestones he was expected to, and then started to regress and lose some of those things. And we've been dealing with all the different school issues, IEPs, all those things for many years. Andrew's default setting is happy. That's the thing. He's generally a pretty happy guy. Hey, buddy. Thank you. He's a sniffer. Sure. She does. So, once puberty set in, we were dealing with someone who was going through both puberty and the terrible twos at the same time. That's not a good mix. And so he began to exhibit some violent behaviors, pinching, grabbing, biting, tackling, throwing himself on us. He's a big guy. He's about 6 foot, about 230 pounds. And it got to the point to where all the behavioral strategies that we were being taught as part of his plan just weren't working. Even to the point to where the last piece of advice, which was kind of basically don't engage and run, wasn't working anymore because he would chase.
And that's what led us here. There was a trip to Children's down in Cincinnati to their locked psychiatric ward for special needs children. Those people are wonderful. And they helped fix his meds so he wasn't scary anymore.
And they're the ones who recommended and said, guys, this isn't really safe to have him in the home anymore, because they had been knocking holes in all the walls and holes inside of us. And they said, you need to make the call to Children's Services, which we did.
They said that his needs would really probably be better suited in a place that catered to him. I don't know if the people who see this know, if you don't, if you can't pay for it yourself, the treatment, and your insurance doesn't cover it, the only way to get help for your kid is to call Children's Services and relinquish custody.
And then Children's Services decided to place him on the NECO campus near Pedro, Ohio. It doesn't seem right to me that any parent should have to surrender custody of their child because they have a developmental disability and they need help. I've never heard of anyone who had to give up custody because they're trying to have leukemia or any other disease, and yet the only way that we could get any kind of help for Andrew was to surrender custody of him. Now we're sort of at the end of this journey where Andrew will hopefully be coming home to Franklin County in June. Andrew can't talk, he can't write a letter, he can't Skype, he can't FaceTime, he can't do any of that stuff. The only way for us to be mom and dad is just be with them. And kids in Andrew's situation, that's what they need proximity. And without the services being provided back home, that really creates a challenge for us to be mom and dad. And for a lot of families, if you don't have a dependable vehicle or other things, Ironton might as well be the moon as far as keeping a relationship with your son.